One. Hi Amy.
Hi.
Hi, so today I've brought you to talk about our initial ideas for our magazine advert and our DigiPak for our music video. So I've got the MagAd original, initial ideas for you there. I want to know what your opinions are of it and what you think could be improved or should stay the same.
I really like it. I think it links really well to your music video. But I think maybe it just links a bit too well. Because the whole dancing theme and stuff, I think it's just more of a direct link rather than to your album. Is it indie genre you're going for?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe just, I don't know. I do really like it, but maybe just go for something a bit more ambiguous, maybe more picturesque scenes and stuff to make it not so much as a direct link to your album, to just the one song on your album. Make it a bit more so people don't really know, so it makes them want to buy it.
Cool. So we haven't added our record label onto it yet.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't added the Spotify link or whatever.
Yeah.
We were thinking of putting it on the bottom, but then we didn't know whether indie was being independent and all, whether to put it in a different place. Do you think it should stay at the bottom, or do you think we should move it elsewhere?
I quite like it at the bottom. I think it draws your attention to it, but not as much to take it away from anywhere else. I think if you put it at the top or at the sides, it just take it away from the image and your text and things, because it's not really what you want people to be looking at, because nowadays people kind of guess that it's going to be, available on everything. But yeah, I think it goes quite well at the bottom. It doesn't draw your attention away too much from the main focus of what the magad is for.
Do you think we've stuck to the conventions of not having text across an image? Because we've put traceless fortitude. We put that on the top. We don't know whether it would be more better to have it in the middle, but that would go across the image.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do about that?
I quite like it at the top. Again, for the same reason as having the other things at the bottom. It's the first thing you see, it draws your attention to it, and I think you need the image to be quite in your face, because it's the first thing people see when, in the shops and stuff. It'll be the first thing they see will be the image rather than the text itself. Once they're captured by the image that you eventually choose, whether you stay with the dance or go for a more picturesque, I think the text kind of follows behind it, and I think it suits better being at the top.
Do you think that we should change the scene where we do the photos, because we've very much got the idea in our heads that we want to do something to do with the sunset and the beach, because we've incorporated that into our record label logo, Vinyl Wave Records, everything to do with the beach. Even we're thinking of even filming our music video on the beach. So do you think we should keep with the beach theme, or do you think we should stay away from it?
I think you should use it. I think you should use the beach. I think you should use the sunset. I think it's very indie. It definitely follows your conventions very well, but it also gives you a different edge. And I think if you're gonna use it in your music video, especially, I think if you want your album to be quite, a theme throughout, I think you want your ancillary text to kind of link with that theme, so it's easier for people to identify it when they're listening to the songs, and they can almost feel like they're there.
Awesome. Thanks, Amy.
That's
Okay.
okay.
So now I'm going to show you our initial ideas for our DigiPak.
Yeah.
There it is. And basically the initial idea for our DigiPak was to, again, stick with the theme of dance, because we feel like this is what this album's about. It's called Traceless Fortitude. It's all very grounded and things, and dance is quite grounded in some retrospect. But we want to stick with a naturistic theme, which we've tried to incorporate, especially in the CD part where you'd put the CD, obviously, put raindrops there, and then we're thinking of doing reshooting where the Complete Works site used to be, from Unfortunate Events, where they've got all their dance shoes lined up, because our main character Jess actually did go to that dance show or a dance place. So we feel like it could be quite like spooky but haunting at the same time to get pictures of those. So that's what we've tried to do, but we definitely need to reshoot it. What are your thoughts on how it looks so far?
I think it looks good so far. You can definitely tell that you've got, you know, like a dance theme flowing through it. How I would just say though, like you were saying, incorporate more naturistic shots. Maybe include more of the sunset, and maybe, you know, have a few people involved in it, you know, like in the distance or whatever. I think could be quite good. Because you don't want the dance to like overpower the indie theme. You don't want people to get the idea that it's more of a dance pop album. You want them to kind of feel the emotions coming through it, and I think the sunset and the nature kind of gives that image off more.
Okay. Do you think that we've aligned everything correctly to the right measurements? Because there was an issue with trying to get the borders to be exactly perfect for the fold. How is it looking so far? But do you think there could be any improvements on that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty perfect. I think maybe just have a quick look at the measurements and stuff and just make sure that it is spot on. But from just eyeballing it, it looks pretty good.
Okay. Do you think it's met the conventions of a normal DigiPak of older indie DigiPaks that you've ever seen before?
Yeah, I think it definitely does. You can definitely tell that it's quite indie about it, especially with, you know, the contrast between the quite vibrant colours and then the quite dull colours. It definitely has a lot of emotion involved in it, like you were saying with the photos from the Complete Works site. You definitely, I mean, even people that like live quite close to the area know like what it's done to people's lives and stuff, and it gives that quite haunted feel. But the same with all the like more naturistic shots. If you get them in, it'll look really good.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Does it remind you of any indie videos you've seen in the past?
Yeah, quite a few actually, especially like you know, like Seafret and Amberon. It's very naturistic. Yeah, I think you can definitely feel the emotion, and it links well to other indie conventions. I think you've definitely followed the indie theme quite well.
Cool. Thanks, Amy.
That's okay.